I'm Lucy, and I'm a tarot reader. I'm here to bring you messages for your love situation for whenever you see or watch this video. I want to let you know that English is not my first language, but I do want to try also making these types of videos for people who speak and understands English. So I hope you understand me and you resonate with the messages and you like it. So what I'm going to invite you first to do before you pick any messages is to connect with your inner self, with your inner voice, with your intuition, and to take 3 breaths, counting to 3. So you inhale 1, 2, 3. You stay with the air 1, 2, 3, and you let go 1, 2, 3. You can do this 3 times, like I said, but you could also fast forward immediately to the time step of your group. Here's group number 1 with a red charm. Okay. Here's group number 2 with a blue charm. And here's group number 3 with a green charm. And these messages are for your love situation. So thank you very much. Okay, hello group number 1. Let's see what messages there are for you for your love situation. So you chose the red charm. Okay, we have the 5 of Wands and the 8 of Wands. I feel like your message for your love situation is like it's a little bit messy. I feel like your love situation is a little bit messy. There's like a lot of things going around. There's a lot of things in place. And I also feel like a lot of you are having discussions or like a rough time coming to a good conversation. Like it's really hard to have a good conversation with your partner or the person you are in love with, or you're feeling stuff, right? It's like it's hard having like a clear communication. It's like it's always messy, or you can be arguing, or it could be like too much, like very passionate, but maybe too much passionate. So I feel like it's a little bit messy, and there's this message that okay, it's maybe it's time to analyze why is it that, why is it like that, why is it so hard to communicate, and maybe you already know, and maybe there's something to do about it. With these 8 of Wands, I think there's something to work, so it doesn't have to, or to live with I mean, like maybe it's passionate, but it doesn't have to go too much, and maybe you don't have the same opinions, but it doesn't have to go to be a discussion. At the end of the day, you have different opinions, and it's okay, but it doesn't have to be okay, let's fight about it. Okay, so I see like the message here is maybe find a way to work that messy situation and that messy communication. For a lot of you is that communication, and for others is maybe it's messy because maybe there's more than one person that you are attracted or in feeling. Okay, this message is for love situation, so maybe feelings, right? Maybe you have feelings for more than one person or a lot of people at once, and maybe it's not like you have to choose or something like that. Maybe work through it, work the different types of love, the different types of sensation. If you're feeling the same way, exactly the same way for more than one person, then maybe work through it and don't like criticize yourself or let you down in some way. Just accept it and know about you, and maybe create something with it. Maybe create something with it because you're feeling that way, you're feeling that, and work through it. With the 8 of Wands, work through it and work how you can have this love relationships with more than one person, because it doesn't have to be like, I'm feeling like for a lot of you, it doesn't have to go with all of them to a point where it's sexual, or that it doesn't have to go to the point where you get married with every person, right? So work through it. It's a good moment to work through it and to know what kind of relationship you want with every person that you're feeling this love towards. Okay. Let's see what other messages there are. Group number 1, love situation. Okay. Okay, so we have the sun, and we have the 2 of strength. That is the 2 of wands, but with D&D cards, D&D tarot cards. So here I feel like another message for you is that, okay, that it's a good moment to connect with yourself and with your way of being, with your authentical way of being yourself. That is like what resonates the most with me. And it's not time, sorry, it's not that you have to be alone, or you have to be a hermit, or you have to be uh like this like this message of love yourself and you're first, and that it's not like that. It's like, be yourself and love like you love. You don't have to love like anybody else, and you don't have to you have to maybe work through it, like I said, because you are with other people, and the other persons have their own way. But be true to yourself with the sun. Be true. If you're loving more than one person, well, work through it. Work the way that could um go through your life. Maybe with the 2 of strength, that is the ones too. A lot of ones. I don't know if maybe telling or talking to other people, or to every person is not like the right time for that, but it is for the right time for you to know like what to do with that person, or to work through it with every person, and to work through you and what you are feeling. If you're feeling like that for a lot of people, then maybe recognize what you love and what you want from those relationships. What kind of relationships do you want to have with each and one of that person you are in love with, and make something of that, because ones are like the external and the creative side. And I also gotta say that ones do represent a lot of the sexual energy, so there can be that involved now with another one. There could be a lot of that involved, but the two sometimes represent like choosing or having to choose, and I don't feel like you have to choose right now. It's just you have to know the options right now. Work through those options, being yourself, being true to yourself, and being brave, because you have a lot of emotion and a lot of passion, and be brave through that passion you have, and through the passions you have with your relationships. If it's not that of loving more than one person, it's about that relationship you have that is very passionate, that is a little bit messy, because it has like a lot of energy and a lot of fire, and we have wands, and we have the sun, and we have fire, and fire. So work through the fire, live through the fire, and create with that fire. Maybe create something together, and that'll stop a lot of it's not like it's gonna stop the discussions that you're having, or those fiery moments, but it just gonna what it's gonna do is that you're gonna have something more to concentrate on. So be creative with that. Create with that kind with a fire, and always be yourself in every situation. Be true and honest to yourself, because that is what gonna make you want to truly know what to do with every relationship, or with that relationship that is messy. And it's not like I don't feel like you I know I said a lot. I know I said that that it's messy a lot, but it's not like it's time to put in order or put or be organized. It's just be passionate with that and work through that messiness. What you could create with that messiness. Let's see what other message there is for group number 1. Your love situation. Okay, we have the dream walker, dreams, the collective good, illusions. Okay, so I see like with this message, there's a lot of people in this group that maybe have a lot of dreams, have a lot of imagination, have a lot of dissociation moments in their day. Maybe you dream a lot about your love situation and what you would like, and how to resolve it or go around. So what I see is that maybe those stuff that you are dreaming, like you are dreaming or manifest, it's not like you're manifesting, it's like you're daydreaming, right? Stuff that maybe are too good to be true, or they are too platonic, or they're too good, right? That's it. Or they're too like really they're just for you. You daydream for you, so it's okay. But it's like those daydreaming now, it's like they can't come real. They can come real because there's a lot of stuff, but I feel like they can come real, but they can make you create something new. Okay, they can make you create something special, new. They can make you go around something new. I feel like a lot of you maybe will discover like a new way of loving, or a new way of having relationships, or maybe not also like adapting those new styles or forms, but also create maybe your own way of seeing love or your own way of having relationships. And I know it's maybe a little too much, but I do feel that there's this new thing that you can create with those daydreaming. Maybe not for you, because maybe your situation is complex or messy. But maybe for others, maybe you really use it for creating maybe stories, books. I don't know. There's I feel like a lot of creativity comes from like daydreamings, and even if you're having like sexual daydreaming, uh, that could also, it doesn't matter. Those daydreams that you're having that comes from this point of love. And I know I said that it was not the type of sex, but seeing that there's a lot of ones, well, it could also mean that. But everything you have in daydreaming with love or love situation, create something, because it's gonna be good. I feel like more than one people can resonate and connect with what you are feeling, what you are having, and what you're daydreaming, and something really good could come out of that. So that is all that I'm saying. I hope you liked it, and I hope that you understand me. And thank you so much to you and to the universe. Hi, group number 2. Let's see what messages there is for your love situation. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I think you can watch this video, this message, whenever you are resonating with it. Okay, so it doesn't have like time. So you choose the charm blue and group number 2. Let's see what cards there is for your love situation. So we have the 3 of coins, the death, and the devil. Okay. Well, okay. Whew. You're gonna be well, I'm reading. So okay, I feel like there's this message for your love situation that maybe things aren't what they're showing to be. Okay, so I feel like there's a mask in this in your love situation at some point. I feel like maybe for some of you, you are the one who's wearing the mask, and what you're feeling, and um what your sensations are, and what your emotions are, and what your feelings are. And some of you, maybe the other person, the one that you are feeling love towards, that's the person who's having the mask. I feel like there's both, but I'm gonna read this taking taking the point parting from parting from the point that someone is wearing a mask. So the person who's wearing the mask, it could be you, it could be the other person. It's wearing the mask because there's stuff that they don't, or you don't, but I'm going to speak like they, okay? Like they don't accept from themselves. There's a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions are not nice. There's a lot of like a low self-esteem too. So they put this mask on, and they lie to others, they lie to themselves. But there's this thing that they love in this love situation. They lie in this love situation, and that's not like the best part, okay? So there's this person, one of you. If you're the one with the mask, then it's not you, and if this is the other person, then it is you. And I think in this group, maybe you can both be here in some way. But there's one of you who's dancing and celebrating with this 3 of coins, and there's fun, and there's opportunities, and there's like you imagine stuff for yourself, and you give them gift, and the 3 of coins, okay? It gives gift to the other person, and presents and adoration, and it's so having a so good time. But the other person, it's not. Sometimes the other person is lying. The other person is lying, and as is lying, is sabotage that happiness or that thing. Is like this person gives a gift to the other, and the other's like, well, why didn't you give me something else? So it ruined the party in some way. It ruined the sensations. It ruined the sensitivity at the moment. It ruined the love in the moment. So it ruined because it's wearing a mask, because it's lying to himself, to herself, and to the other people, to the one in the relationship who's really having a good time. And I think there's this point, maybe there has to be a communication between both of you to understand what point you are. And if the person that is lying is you can take this to knowledge and to do something about it. But if the other person is lying, it's like, if you are lying to me, tell me and talk to it. Why are you lying? Why are you hiding? Why are you being negative? Because I see like the other person, the one that is lying, the one that is, it's not like he's or her is manipulative or or like bad, but it's like negative, pessimist, and that has ruined the fun. So why are you ruining the fun, and what can we do? Because maybe the person that is lying and is ruining the fun in some way has some really inner work to do, and that could lead to a stop or a moment, a pause in your love life, because that person really needs to take care of itself, of him or herself, and work with that, work through that. Let's see what other message there is. I'm sorry if I stumble or with that. I'm really sorry. What messages there is for group number 2? Okay, so we have the Judgment and the 9 of Wisdom, which is the Knight of Cups. Okay, see, now I see, like, if the person who is like being pessimist or negative or lying in some way really works through it, and you with the Judgment, I don't see like a pause, but I do see like, okay, this is the point that we are. I'm having fun. You are not. Do we want to be together? Do we want to do this together? I feel like there's a moment of closure, of realization, of, you know, let's you both talk about it, and you both go through it and connect with yourself and with honesty, and what both of you want from this relationship, and have closure, or have, even if you stay together, have closure of this situation. Because maybe what I'm seeing is, it's not like the person who has the mask is that, but also maybe this person is just lied once, and you haven't closed this one, right? You haven't closed you haven't uh have a really deep conversation, and go through the feelings of the lie that happened, or the, oh, I don't know how to say engaño. It's like lying, but it's like cheating, or the cheating in some way that happened, or if it did, okay, or something like that. So there has to be a closure. That's the message. There has to be a closure between you and that person. If you don't have a person, you choose this group. Maybe something from the past that happened between you and a person, or maybe it's you towards a person in general that you're putting a mask on and you're not having fun with it. So that's another message I see, that if you pick this group and you don't have a person, but you're putting a mask to be liked by another person, that maybe is not the way. Because you'll be ruining the fun, even though, because you don't like some stuff that maybe the other person does. And if you're just this person and you don't have anybody, well, pay attention to those who maybe comes like really liking you, like too much, like liking everything you like, and you see, and you have this intuition about them that they're lying. So pay attention to that too, so because maybe there's more than one person really seeing this group. And I have to say that with the Knight of Wisdom, what I see is, once you have closure, once you come to this realization, having or not having someone, there's this peace, this good feeling, like, okay, maybe there's even a celebration, or maybe there's this feast, or here you can see like the person is eating and has money, and is having a good time, is relaxing. So when you have closure with this that happened, with the mask, with the lying, with the cheating, if it's you, if it's the other person, but if you have closure with that, if you realize stuff from that, and you accept, and maybe even forgive, but that's just something everyone has to deal with it themselves. But getting closure and realizing stuff and what you want is a good step. It can bring you this kind of celebrating sensation, and okay, now it's time to have fun, and it's time to celebrate in some way. Okay, so let's see the last message from the oracle cards. Number 2 for the love situation. Okay, so we have the High Lady of Love and Compassion, reverence, kindness, and consideration. So with this, I see like that message is, in general, even if you're the one that is pessimist or not, if you're the one who just want to have fun or not, there's this message of being kind to yourself and have consideration for what you're feeling and what you want, and work through that, and know that if you have love for the other person, if you want to resolve things and have closure, but still be with that person, that like truly know what is good for you, and work through that, and be kind to yourself, and have consideration for your feelings and how you want them to be, and acknowledging everything and how bad or good it is, and really put yourself first. Okay, that's what I see. So thank you. I hope you understand me, and I'm so sorry if I get stuck with words, but thank you so much to you and to the universe. Hi, group number 3. Let's see what your message is for your love situation in this moment whenever you are seeing this video. So we have, okay, you choose charm green. Okay, you will have the Seven of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Two of Coins. Okay, so I see, like, for this group, I see maybe some of you, this group would chose also group number 2. So I'm just saying that because there's this same energy that I'm feeling right now. So if you have this thing, maybe also look at that group number 2 in some moment. But if you choose number 3, let's see. I feel like your love situation right now is I feel like sorry, I just want to get out the best words to describe what I'm feeling, what I'm reading. I feel like a lot of you have feel a lot. You are very sensible and feel a lot and have a lot of sensation and a very big intuition, and you have like this inner world where it's very big and you feel stuff, but also all of that can create a little bit of anxiety with this Seven of Swords. I feel like maybe you have this paranoid sense sometimes, and I know this is a love situation message, but there is this message that you have to know where, when you have anxiety and when you're being paranoid, and when is your intuition kicking in. You have to know when it's one and when it's the other. You have to, because that can mean that you can develop yourself better in your relationships. Uh, for most like the most important relationship, the love relationship. Okay, I'm sorry, I just I get stuck in words, so I'm sorry, but I hope you keep understanding the message. Okay, I'm sorry. So you have to know the difference, because that can mean like a lot of stress, a lot of less stress for you and for the other person. Okay, because it seems like you doubt the other person, but truly it's not that you doubt, it's just that you have this thing where you just look at everything and feel everything. Maybe this group also reads tarot or does uh, they you go to have tarot readings, or you look at astrology and you and just like, okay, moon's a Scorpio and maybe he doesn't like me anymore, or she doesn't like me anymore, and it's not like that. Okay, it's like learn, because it's a moment to learn to really difference between both of those feelings, and to not let this one win, just because you will know when the other person is lying or cheating or not feeling the same way. You will know that because you are in touch with your inner world in a way that it's responsible and mature. So know the difference and calm your mind, because this comes from the mind when it's not calm. So maybe pay attention to what is not making your mind being calmed, what is making your mind be paranoid or anxious. So pay attention to what is happening in your mind and why it is like that in this moment. I also see with the Two of Coins that for your love situation, maybe you're in a point where you have to balance a lot, like you have a lot going on in your life in general. So your love situation is just one thing more, and it doesn't have to be one thing more to balance with. It just has to be one thing that is your company. So the relationships you have are companies, or there are plus not something you have to deal with or balance. So pay attention if you're feeling like that, and you're feeling like your love situation is something like it's like something that how do you sorry um Pay attention if your love situation is something that you are, oh, I have to manage with this. It doesn't have to be something you have to manage. It has to be something that you are comfortable with, and it makes your day better. Okay, it doesn't have to be like a problem. So if it is, and if you're feeling like way, if it's troublesome, pay attention, listen to yourself, and do something about it. Okay, let's see what other message there is for group number 3. Okay, so we have the Four of Wisdom, the Seven of Intelligence, and the Two of Intelligence. Seven of Swords, Two of Swords, Four of Cups. Okay? Okay, there's this other message that I see, and it is like your mind is not at ease. Your mind has, okay, how do I put it this way? I think that you have these ideas or these thoughts about your love situations that are maybe some of them are right and some of them are negative, or they're not helping, or they're making things complicated. So it's time to really analyze and treat yourself in some way. I mean, like, analyze it, maybe come with therapy, because your mind has, it's like what we were talking about, this of paranoid and anxiety is a little bit more of the same, and maybe there is something that you should be paying attention, right? And your mind is telling you, pay attention to this is not right, and that's okay, but not go to the extreme where everything is a sign of that. To no, not everything is a sign to make that the only thing that is happening. So I think with the Two of Intelligence, there's one more. There's one. There's sorry. There's a lot. There's more than one. Sorry. There's more than one thing going on. So maybe part of you is right and part of you is not. So you have to know which is one, which is what. So for that, I really do recommend this group to come with therapy or to analyze what you're thinking from your love situation, what you're thinking about that relationship you're having, and why are you doubting, or why are you seeing as a problem, or why are you feeling anxious, why are you feeling paranoid, and analyze it. But don't go all in on, okay, it's because of this, and see everything as a sign. No, just concentrate. Be a little bit more logical in a way, right? And for the Four of Wisdom, which is the Four of Cups, I see that maybe you have to go in yourself and have a little time for your own, and really watch what is in front of you and what you are feeling, and what is the relationship like, and what you are not seeing, and what is behind the relationship. But it's something like you have to do. It's something that you have to analyze. It's something you have to connect with, and it's something you have to pay attention to. Let's see what other message there is for group number 3, situation. The Sun Dancers. Joyful activity, celebration of life, and abundance. Okay. What I see with this last message is that, okay, I see that for your love situation, like, once you go through this and you understand, you can enjoy more stuff. You can have activities where you enjoy it and you celebrate and you have fun. So it's okay. Just know yourself better, connect with yourself and what you're feeling, and how to not make the love situation a problem or something that you have to balance through. Just make your love situation something that is joyful, that is fun, that you're celebrating, that you're having a nice time. So you have to know yourself a little bit better, and well, Have fun later. So I hope you understand me, and I'm sorry if I started and I get stuck. I'll get better in time, I guess. And thank you so much to you and to the universe.